In this video, I will share real tips and real warnings so you do not walk into a bad situation like so many others have. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So if you've seen my previous videos about being an expat in Croatia, you already know that the country is beautiful, right? The beaches, the lifestyle, the slow pace, it is all true. But when it comes to working there as a foreigner, especially if you're from outside Europe, there are some things you really need to watch out for. In this video, I will share real tips and real warnings so you do not walk into a bad situation like so many others have. Stick around because tip number 5 might seriously save your sanity. So let's start with the basics. To work legally in Croatia, you need a work and residence permit. Your employer usually applies on your behalf before you arrive. You're going to need a signed job offer, proof of accommodation, a background check, and of course your passport. So when you're approved, you will get a resident card and an OIB. So OIB is for your Croatian tax ID. Never ever start without this document. Some employers might say,
"It's okay, just start now. We will sort the paperwork later."
Don't fall for it. That can put you at a serious legal risk, including deportation. If you aren't sure whether your permit has actually been filed, go to the nearest Croatian police station, specifically the immigration office, and ask if your work permit is in their system. They can check and confirm whether your employer has submitted the application. It is your right to ask, and it could protect you from being scammed. Now let's talk about contracts. Always get everything in writing. Do not rely on verbal promises like,
"You'll have free housing. You're gonna get tips," or "We'll give you days off."
if it's not in your contract, it does not count at all. Sometimes it's in your contract, but they do not follow it. Your contract should clearly state your net salary, your working hours and days off, whether housing and meals are included, and what happens if you work overtime. And here are some serious red flags to watch out for. No contract only in Croatian with no explanation, overtime without an extra pay, delayed or missing salary, being told to hand over your passport. Let me be clear, no employer in any country with the right intentions will ever ask for your passport. It's your personal identity and it belongs to you. Learn to say no. If your employer threatens you and says,
"We will cancel your work permit if you do not surrender your passport,"
go immediately to the nearest police station or immigration office to ask help. But beware, in small cities, some employers have wide connections. They may try to make up stories to protect themselves. That's why it is important to document everything. Keep copies of your contract, chats, and messages. Your safety and dignity comes first. Here's a major tip that could save you a lot of stress. Talk to other foreigners who've worked there. Join online expat communities and ask the realest questions. Check Facebook groups like Foreign Workers in Croatia, Filipinos in Croatia, or Reddit threads, and LinkedIn networks. You can ask things like, do they pay on time? What's the housing like? Are the working hours fair? Did they follow the contract? If no one can vouch for that company, or if you see multiple complaints, just walk away and find different opportunities that you think they'll treat you well. Let me share you some real stories. A Filipino was hired to work at a hotel. Her contract said 8 hours a day, but she worked 14 to 16 hours without overtime pay. Only one day off a week and barely got rested. The shared apartment that they promised, it was a dirty basement, no hot water, and she shared it with several people, men and women. And when she raised concerns, the employer threatened to cancel her permit. Another guy from India worked in a construction. The employer took his passport for visa processing and never really returned it. He was stuck and scared and had no idea who to turn to. This happens more than you think, and not just because of bad employers. There are also many shady agencies too, especially in Asia and Middle East, that promise you'll get a Croatian citizenship in 5 years. You're gonna travel around Europe for free. You'll have a perfect work-life balance. Really? But here's the truth. Yes, you can get Croatian citizenship, but only if you pass the language exam and meet strict residency and legal requirements. Yes, of course, you can travel freely in Europe, but only if you have the correct visa or permit. Your employer pays your contributions and you're not in trouble with immigration. Work-life balance is possible, but it depends on your employer and your contract. The opportunity is real, but it only works if you are with people who follow the law, treat you fairly, and respect your human rights. Here's how to protect yourself from day one. Get a written contract in English or translated. Never surrender your passport or original documents. Learn some basic Croatian words like plata means salary, ugovor means contract, radno vrijeme means working hours. Save digital copies of all your documents. Make sure your health insurance and pension are being paid. If anything feels off, go straight to the Croatian Labor Inspectorate or to your embassy. That's the Inspectorat Rada. And yes, they do accept complaints from foreigners. So, is Croatia a good place to work? It can be. The country is beautiful. Some employers are amazing, and for the right person with the right support, it can really be a life-changing. But do not ignore the warning signs. Ask questions, do your research, and never accept less than you deserve just because you're a foreigner. If you found this helpful, check out my other videos about life as an expat in Croatia, including housing, cultural tips, and real-life experiences. Share your own story in the comments, the good, the bad, or in between. Don't forget to like, follow, or subscribe. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.